Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're enjoying these football updates. This is another football news update today from the meetings between the Premier League, the Women's Super League and of course the whole FA board as well. A meeting with all 20 clubs. Now we do have some official decisions that have been made by the whole English Football Board. Which I'm going to share with you in this video. So the article is from BBC Sport app, so make sure you go and download the BBC Sport app or look at BBC Sport online. I'll put the website in the description down below and I'll get the article in the description down below as well. So let's have a look then at some of the details that we now know and details we already knew about this football season that have been decided over the last week or so. So according to this article, some substantial decisions have been made this week. Euro 2020 and next summer's Copa America have been put back a year. FIFA's new Club World Cup has been put on hold. The Under-21 European Championships will be delayed to 2022, as almost certainly will the 2021 Women's European Championship, which England are set to host. In England, professional football is on hold until April 30th at the earliest. The season itself has been put back indefinitely. There is a unanimity amongst the 20 Premier League clubs, in private as well as in their statement, for the current campaign to reach a proper conclusion. Our source with knowledge of the situation has told the BBC work is now beginning to gain clarity over exactly how far the season could be pushed back in order for that to be achieved. But there's already an end date that as an entire European game is loosely working towards. Ideally, the campaign will end on the 30th of June. So the Premier League is set to be delayed until April 30th at the earliest. But they don't want the campaign to finish as far back as the 30th of June. So you're probably thinking, why the 30th of June? This date is significant for a number of reasons. Firstly, contracts tend to run out at this point. Players have been able to sign pre-contract terms with clubs in other countries since the 1st of January. Even if normal transfers are done before then, most do not become active until the 1st of July. So things like the Hakim Ziyech transfer from Ajax to Chelsea that was agreed for next season, that won't come into effect until July. So it could be a day after the season ends until Ziyech signs for Chelsea officially. Any extension to the season beyond the end of June will require a change to the rules. World Players Union FIFA Pro has spoken with the FIFA about the practicalities of this, with a blanket extension of a couple of months being suggested. This is possible, but would be far easier not to have it implemented. It is not just player contracts though. Changes in kit suppliers and sponsors also tend to come to effect in the 1st of July. It may seem fairly straightforward, but to conclude the sponsor of a kit should remain the same for an entire season. But what if a promotional campaign has been set up around a new shirt at the same time as the club was playing with the old shirt made by a different company with a different logo? Now in the advertising world, where huge amounts have been spent on maximising the brand, these things matter. Another factor is that 30th of June is viewed as the final date for season to conclude across Europe without having significant impact on the following campaign. With a short break, clubs have been a 3-week pre-season and be ready to go again in August. And under the circumstances, it's inconceivable any of the big clubs will be arranging the kind of extensive summer tours that have become the norm. So more likely they'll have a couple of friendlies before starting again. The Premier League's opening weekend is due to be on the 8th of August for the 2020-21 season. UEFA feels if the season ends on the 30th of June, they could squeeze in all the qualifying rounds for their tournaments before the group stage begins in September. So when would season have to start again to be finished for 30th of June? So there's 9 rounds of Premier League fixtures remaining, plus the 2 matches postponed because of Manchester City and Aston Villa reaching the Carabao Cup final, in which Manchester City was successful in. In addition, the FA Cup needs to be played to a finish from the quarter-final stage. The Champions League and Europa League are both still at the last 16 stage. Though these dates aren't yet confirmed, discussions are taking place off the back of UEFA meeting on Tuesday are centering around the Champions League final being played on the 27th of June and the Europa League final on the 24th of June. Of the Premier League clubs, Manchester City face the maximum number of fixtures, 19. Chelsea and Manchester United could both have 18 left. The number could be cut by 2 if UEFA decides to play the quarterfinals and semi-finals of their competitions as one-off matches, as have been proposed. This is why calling off matches until 30th of April, as announced by the English game on Thursday, is very significant. Given UEFA has said its intention to reschedule Euro 2020 playoffs for June, restarting the season at the beginning of May just about allows the campaign to be concluded by the end of June, someone has told BBC Sport. It would mean using every available midweek slot and for the busiest clubs utilising their squads to play twice in a very short space of time. It was by no means ideal, but Liverpool played 2 games in 2 days in different continents this season, so it clearly can be done. So, very, very interesting stuff there. Now, of course, with the contracts, with the players out of contracts at the end of June, Willian at Chelsea is one of the big players out of contract, but he has come out on Brazilian TV and said he will happily stick with the club, be loyal to the club, despite Arsenal, Spurs and Barcelona among the clubs interested and monitoring his situation. Willian has come out and said on that Brazilian TV that he will stick to Chelsea until the end of his contract and he'll play till the end of the season, even if it goes beyond his contract. That is the kind of loyalty and positivity you need around the sport at the minute. So like we said there, 30th of April at the earliest is set to resume the Premier League football season. But they don't want to play it as far back as after 30th of June. Now that is an interesting time frame to work around. Obviously a load of fixtures in May rather than just a couple. Very interesting indeed. I'm sure Liverpool would much like this to be the case because of course they're 2 games away from reaching their first Premier League title in 30 years. So I think that Liverpool will make this situation ideal. I think Tottenham and West Ham, who are, Tottenham still chasing a Europa League place and an outside top 4 chance. West Ham, of course, in a relegation battle, along with the likes of Bournemouth and Watford, Brighton, a host of clubs that are still in the relegation battle. It's still so tight at the relegation battle in the Premier League. Of course, the teams that are looking to come up to the Premier League next season, West Brom, Leeds, Brentford, Fulham in there as well. There's a load of clubs still up for promotion, so obviously you've got that to sort out. My hometown club, Doncaster Rovers, we're still looking at a playoff place, so we need to, if they are going to resume the season at the 30th of April or sometime after 30th of April, then of course, Doncaster will be wanting to push for a playoff place, and if it does end up getting cancelled in the end, if the season does end up getting cancelled, of course Liverpool won't win the league. And of course, us in Doncaster, we'll have to just go again in League One next season. Now, football fans have a lot of banter with Liverpool. If the season got cancelled, they've worked so hard for a 30-year wait for a title, and then it gets ripped away by a virus. We have banter, but health is more important than football. And I think Liverpool fans are some Liverpool fans have been really professional about this. I think they've been really sensible about this and been, aware of the current situation. So, some Liverpool fans I would have expected to be a bit mad if the season got cancelled, but it doesn't look like that will be the case. Many Premier League players have actually come out and said they do not want the season to be void. They said they want to play the remainder of the games. I know I saw a headline on BBC Sport when I was looking through this article, and one of the people was Bournemouth's captain Simon Francis. He said he wants to play the remainder of the games. So players want to play the remainder of the games, no matter when the season resumes. So when the season does resume, we are looking to start with the match reactions and match analyses here on the channel and get very technical with the football side of things. So I hope you guys get ready for that when the season comes back, whenever it comes back, if it does come back. But I think the situation at the minute, I think the Premier League is sort of leading the way in the coronavirus crisis. I think they are sort of trying to lead a perfect example. They don't want to get rid of the entire season, but they are taking into account this virus and this whole pandemic situation. So they are thinking about it both ways, and they are thinking of a diplomatic solution. So we'll just keep tabs on it, make sure we sort of keep our eyes on the situation. Obviously, we've got loads of content coming up on this channel, guys, so make sure you guys don't miss out on any football news, transfer rumours, player fact files, so anyone that's coming into the Premier League, or any players rumoured to be coming to the Premier League. Then of course we'll be doing some player fact files on it, get a bit of history, recent signings. So we've got one coming up in the next few weeks, hopefully from Bruno Fernandes. We've got ones like Hakim Ziyech, Jadon Sancho, loads of players that I've got lined up. So if you've got any suggestions, please comment them down below. Otherwise, guys, thank you very, very much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. Make sure you follow my Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. All links in the description down below. And for now, guys, my name is Aaron Chalner. Goodbye.